The announcement we're making today is about the Broadmarsh area, but it's about the whole southern gateway of the city. It's a major regeneration scheme. It's going to be transformational for the city. It will grow the city to the south. I think it will create a world-class entrance into the city. It's an exciting thing. The proposals are essentially about how we're going to change the whole environment of the area between the station and the Broadmarsh Centre. Of course, the Broadmarsh Centre is due to be redeveloped as well. It's a significant scheme. It's about bringing some of the roads around that area, which I think most people who live in Nottingham will agree are not the best, into a much better condition. Pedestrianising some of them, dwell, where people will get to spend time outside, enjoy the city. We want to green that area of the city. We want to improve the sense of place, if you like, in the city. And it's a massive project. I mean, this is going to be one of the biggest regeneration projects that the city's undertaken for many years. Nottingham's a great city, and I think we all want it to feel like a great city when you come into the city, particularly from the station. A lot of people come off the train. That's the first thing they see in Nottingham is the walk down Carrington Street towards the Broadmarsh Centre, and I think if we're honest with ourselves, it doesn't feel like the great city it is when you walk through that part of town. Well, you know, we want to change that. We want it to feel like a great city, you know, that you walk out of the station and you're immediately surrounded by fantastic public realm, by cafe culture, by, you know, good frontages, by pedestrianised areas that you can hang out, you can enjoy, as well as maintaining that public transport link so that people can get into the heart of the city, that people of limited mobility can be within the heart of the city and don't feel they have to walk too far. So it's about getting that balance right. I think we will do that. We will consult on this and we'll make sure that we tweak things to ensure that it works, but it is about completely changing the environment of the southern part of the city centre. So the changes that you'll see happening are firstly around the bus station. The bus station will completely transform. We're already at the station itself. So it's the walk down Carrington Street across to Collins Street. We're pedestrianising Collins Street, that's the proposal. So that will create a new market square, if you like, for Nottingham. Very different to the market square, but it will create a place where people can hang out and people can enjoy. And it's a big project. It's going to be a big undertaking. It will be disruptive, but I think we need to transform that part of the city. It's not just about the Broadmarsh. The Broadmarsh, of course, needs to be redeveloped, and we now have a development agreement in place for that to happen, and Into are committed to doing that. But you know, the deal with them and with the people of Nottingham has to be a bit better than that. It has to be about how we transform that whole area of the city, and that's the intention. Well, we'll do the work in a phased way. We're not going to. I wish it were the case that you could create these fantastic new public spaces overnight. It doesn't work like that. Unfortunately, you don't wake up one morning and it's there. People of Nottingham know that very well. They know that from the 2 new lines of the tram that we put in. They know that from the ring road developments. You know, we don't want unnecessary disruption. Of course, we don't, and we will manage this to make it as least disruptive as we can make it. We'll do it in a phased way so that it's not overly disruptive all at once. But you know, we have to accept that if we're going to transform the city and make it better, that requires works to be undertaken, and it will take a little while. And I think people in Nottingham will be patient, because I think they will all recognise that that area of the city needs to be improved, and that's our intention. Well, the money's coming from a variety of sources. I mean, some of it's European money, some of it is, I mean, there are lots of different pots: growth fund, regional growth fund, and European money coming through the local enterprise partnership, some of it ERDF money, European Regional Development Fund money. There's also match from the council, and you know, that's match that it's right to put on the table, not least because, for example, the Broadmarsh, we own that asset. We own part of the Broadmarsh Centre. So you know, do we want that public asset to be deteriorating in value year on year? Or are we going to invest in it? You know, this investment, this capital investment, will result in substantial increased revenue into the city, into businesses, but also into the council. You know, business rate income is increasingly important for local authorities as money from government declines. and we have to invest in growth. This is the biggest investment in growth for the city. It will create 2,900 jobs, 1.1 billion GVA uplift. It will create 40,000 square metres of additional commercial space in that area of the city. That is a significant change to the city, and it will make the city significantly larger in terms of GVA, in terms of jobs, in terms of growth, in terms of the size of the city centre, and I think we have to do that. We have no option, actually.